Aiboan. Aiboan is the greeting, traditional greeting of Sri Lanka. Aiboan means long life. So let me start greeting you a long life and thanking CCPIT Yunnan province for inviting us for this important event. FCCISL Sri Lanka and CCPIT Yunnan, we have a very long relationship. So let us talk about building and optimizing supply chains in South Asia and China under the pandemic. So I will just talk promoting cooperation, trade and investment, supply chain between Sri Lanka and China under the Belt and Road Initiative. So when I was the president of the International Chamber of Commerce, we did the analysis about Sri Lanka. So what are the most productive or the most innovative things the Sri Lanka can do? So when we are talking about the international competitiveness of Sri Lanka, port handling facilities, we were very, very good. You know, these very much connected to today's topic, supply chain in South Asia and China. So these another map, you know, which shows you the connectivity from east to west. And when we did a research during that time with the Global Alliance for Trade Facilitation, we found there is greater possibility for a multi-country consolidation hub facility to create in Sri Lanka. The reason is Sri Lanka is ideally positioned to become an Indian Ocean logistic hub. The country has been very successful in developing the transshipment business with majority of import-export to and from India currently passing via Colombo. So we have many ports, Colombo Port, Trincomalee, Hambantota, and a few other small ports also. So generally, we have over 36,000 ships passing Sri Lankan waters, including 4,500 oil tankers. This is the usual world route today. And we are a very skillful country in the area of literacy. We are quite high. We are almost about 97 to 98% right now. This was statistic in 2017. And we produce a lot of accountants. We have 15 state universities, and we produce graduates. In addition, we have foreign university collaborated to various other institutions in Sri Lanka. And we produce the largest number of CIMA graduates, the accountants in this part of Asia. So if anyone thinking of doing a ICT related or accountancy related business, Sri Lanka will be an ideal location for this purpose. So we have done quite a lot of infrastructure facilities, and our chamber has taken a lot of initiatives to promote business with China. So this is one of the events which we conducted, maximizing trade opportunities with China. With the Bank of China, we did this project, and this is one of the brochures of that. And Dr. Palita Kuhana, who is the present ambassador in China, we had a session with him. We indicated, the possibilities that Sri Lanka can develop in China. He is one of the best ambassadors who has a lot of experience in the EU and European Union and United Nations. So therefore, you can use him, you can meet him, you can discuss with him any possible business to do in Sri Lanka. China and Sri Lanka has a very, very long-term relationship. China and Sri Lanka have built up strong political and trade relationships over the year. First, historical pact with the Rubber Rice Pact in 1952. Then the maritime agreement between China and Sri Lanka in 1963, which is again relevant to the topic that we are discussing today. And we have many other agreements which I'm not going to take time to discuss. And as far as the Sri Lanka is concerned, we have the India-Sri Lanka Free Trade Agreement, India-Pakistan's Free Trade Agreement, and we are in the process of negotiating the Sri Lanka-Singapore Trade Agreement and the Sri Lanka-China Trade Agreement. So we are a very good gateway to Asia Pacific, since we are a member of Asia Pacific Trade Agreement and BIMSTEC. And for your information, I would like to mention Sri Lanka is the GSP plus entitled country, which we have, got a lot of benefits. If any of your people interested in, entering, we have 6,600 tariff lines not being used up to now. So therefore, in this area, if someone can start production in Sri Lanka, you will have those benefits. When you take the China One Belt, One Road initiative, you find again, China has invested a lot of money in this project. So Sri Lanka, or rather Colombo, is one of the key points in this initiative also. So I will not go into much detail. So there is not much that I need to talk. The importance of Colombo and being a hub in the Indian Ocean. If you take the balance of payments or the balance of trade between Sri Lanka and China, we have imported a lot from China, but we have exported little. So this also should be something we have to take into consideration to develop business with China. Present and future investment in China, one of the major things was Colombo Port City Development Project and Hambantota Port Development Project. And the future potential areas are, even we are really in a terrible financial crisis right now, there'll be a lot of infrastructure projects we have done during the past. So therefore, anyone investing in Sri Lanka and starting projects will have many benefits, and we will have ideal logistic facilities within the city as well as from the ports of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is a small nation, and generally a small nation can develop faster given the right leadership and if we are out of the financial crisis, so that there'll be greater potential to work in Sri Lanka. And one other key point which I like to mention is, after the COVID pandemic, many countries in the world, they did not look at only the competitive advantage and order their goods. They start looking at various different sources. So therefore, Sri Lanka will be one of the ideal places to start your business. Last item which I like to touch you is the Colombo Port City. This is a separate area developed in Colombo. So this was also a Chinese construction, the filling and all that done by them. Now the rest of the construction is going on. There are a lot of projects, lot of plans in the Colombo city. So this also something you can make use of. All the investors in China can look at the Colombo Port City. If you have anything to any interest in this area, please do contact our chamber so we can connect to the right people. And again, let me thank you for inviting us for this event. So let me wish you a great success. Thank you.